exciting episode of Business Talks with uKnowva. Today we have a special guest, Hamid Hasan, who will be sharing his valuable insights on crafting dream teams through Streamline hire to retire experiences. Hamid is an experienced professional in the education sector, specializing in HR and training solutions for educational institutions. As the founder and CEO of EdJobster, he revolutionizes the hiring process in education. Hamid also hosts the podcast Tea with a Teacher, engaging in insightful discussions. He's also building the largest community platform for educators with teachershelpteachers.in to empower educators and help them grow their careers. With a passion for improving education, he's dedicated to driving positive change in the industry. Whereas uKnowva, the world's leading brand in HR process automation, is here to revolutionize your approach to human resources with simplified and smart solutions. Tune into today's podcast and unlock the secrets to building exceptional teams for business success. I am Bisruti Poddar, your host, and it's a pleasure to have you here with us today, Hamid.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction, Bisruti, and I'm very excited to be on this podcast.
Awesome. Let's embark on an enlightening podcast journey for a captivating discussion that will resonate with our audience long after it ends. Hamid, we already know that, with the help of AI, HR teams now have access to a wide range of automated and streamlining tools. So how is AI really supporting HR in recruiting the best talent, according to you?
AI has certainly brought a revolution in every industry, and specifically in the HR industry, because I believe that with the AI tools, by using the AI tools, the automation, HR managers are more productive because now they can put the mundane task on the AI tools. They can get the job description, they can manage the applications, and they can do a lot of things. So they can focus on the human part of human resource. They can help the human resource to grow, right? So there are a variety of AI tools. SpringWorks is doing the great job. Every HR solution is building AI tools because they have the language, the LLM which is there. With the ChatGPT itself, you can build an AI tool. So AI has certainly revolutionized the HR industry, even every industry, and things will be more innovative in future. If we see, there is right now, I think a lot of things have been done in AI in HR itself, but there will be a lot more. But AI cannot replace the human part, the human connect. At the end, if the technical assessments are done with the AI tools, if screenings are done with the AI tools, but the selection will be with the emotional connect itself. So AI cannot take away that. So that is, AI tools are going to be there, but human resource managers are always going to be there to select the right candidates with the right tools.
Absolutely agree. And I think you make a very, very potent statement there. And it's absolutely the need of the hour, and also, the major reality in today's times. We think that HR professionals have a deep understanding of their, of course, organization's goals and objectives, but that might not always be the case. How do you think HR teams can ensure the hiring is aligned with the business needs?
First, we need to understand the HR manager should understand the business needs which are there, the business goals which are there, and a certain set of skills which are required in every organization. Working as a HR consultant with a lot of organizations, I realized that every employer is expecting something different from the other employer that I am hiring for. So first, we need to understand what the expectation of the organization is in terms of skills, in terms of personality, attitude, and different attributes which are required. And then there are two more things that I feel are very important, that when you are hiring the candidates for your organization, they should be hungry. They should be ambitious towards the goals. or either for the organization or their own goals. Even if they are ambitious for their own goals, they will certainly be ambitious for your organization as well. So they should be hungry. That's what I feel should be there. A criteria should be there when you are hiring the right talent. And that's how, if somebody is ambitious, somebody is hungry, then their goals can be aligned with the organization and you will see the business grow.
Absolutely, and I think that that's a brilliant take on this subject. So the ability to adapt and learn is becoming increasingly important for the next gen of the workforce, right? Do you agree with this? And I mean, in the aftermath of virtual mass layoffs, what skills must the talent acquire to be indispensable to the firm?
First of all, if we talk about the virtual mass layoffs, that is something that you cannot control. Reason being that is the decision of the investors, right? It is not an organization decision because they just don't want the talent. They can't afford it. They have a pressure from the investor, and these things are actually seen in startups, also in big corps. But why virtual layoffs? Because in the COVID time, in the IT sector, there was a high boom. Everybody wanted to go online. The big corporations, big companies who were not having their own online systems, they had to opt in for such services for the companies to build software for their own organization, right? So that is the reason. So there was a lot of work, a lot of talent pool was there. They hired, they got the work done. Now the work is very less. If I tell you, in the IT industry, why we are going into Web3 and AI, because about 95% of the work in the IT industry is completed. There is nothing new or innovative that we can do. All the softwares, all the processes have been made. So now that's why we are going into AI in other industries. So that is why, that's the reason why there are mass layoffs. Now, what a talent should do to make them indispensable, so they should retain in the organization. First of all, for these virtual layoffs, thousands of people are laid off. You can't do anything. But if you have the right skill set for the future, that you know that these are the new skills which are required in the AI, ML, Web3, blockchain, and you upskill yourself. There are a lot of online courses. You can upskill yourself. You can train yourselves. So you have a different skill set. And even if you're not getting a job in your own industry, you can switch the industry. You can switch the sector. So the latest trends which are going on in the market, the latest technologies which are there, you need to develop yourself on that, and also learn new tools. Right now, the productivity depends on the technological tools which are there in every industry, in every work that you do. Even for a household also, there are apps to do to manage your to-do list and do all those things. So if you are productive, if you are hungry for growth, and if you are hungry to get business for your organization, you will certainly get a job. But retaining from these mass layoffs, virtual mass layoffs, I don't think there is a solution to it, because it is not even in control of the
the
founders
CEOs.
Or the management.
I kind of agree, and I also myself, having been in the CXO level management space, I also, while hiring, I feel that more than talent, it's the growth mindset that I also look for, because I believe that there is nothing as an indispensable talent, right? Everybody is replaceable in today's times, but if you have the right attitude and the growth mindset, right, your stint with a certain organization just sort of expands over time, right? Because then you are very, very valuable for the management and the organization. So as long as you are adding value, you have a good potential and the good possibility of sticking around with an organization. But then I completely agree with you as well on your take on this. Awesome. So speaking of fostering a future-ready workforce with an indispensable skill set, my next question, Hamid, to you is: how can you improve talent retention rates with employer brands, if it is at all possible, according to you?
Yeah, it certainly is possible, and we have seen that with Baiju. to be honest. As you must have seen in COVID times on LinkedIn or social media, the employees were writing a lot negative about the management, about the managers, how they are talking to them. They have to achieve the goals, and if they are not able to do it, they are not paid well. The salary structures are shown in such a way, but they are paid really less. So that put a negative image of the brand, and people were not trying to get into Byju's. They were having a negative impact of it. So after some time, I was looking at the feedback of Byju's employees on LinkedIn, and I was amazed that they were talking so good about the organization. And the employee speaks for their organization and their employer brand. So this is a strategy that Byju's also played to build an employer brand and attract more talent, to get more people to work with them. And if we talk about the retention part, see, retention, if your employees are happy, if your employees feel that they are part of the organization and they are having growth in the organization, they will certainly grow. But if and the onboarding system plays a very important role, because if the employees don't know what their goal is, what they have to achieve, what is the organization goal, and they don't get a direction from their managers, from their teams, then they will feel left out, and they won't see a growth for themselves. So they will certainly go out of the organization, they will take an exit. So how can we retain them is firstly bringing them in the team, making them feel that they're part of the team, part of the organization, giving them the goals which are to be achieved. And certainly when they will keep on progressing, keep on achieving goals, they will be retained. And if somebody is actually want to go, then the best part is the exit interviews that we do.
Yeah.
So we learn like what we lack, and we need to have an open communication, a channel. The employees should be, the HRs should be approachable to the employees. There should be a communication. So if there is a feedback for the organization that something is not going on in the right direction, because of which the employees are not happy, the employer should know about it and things should be placed in line. So this communication is going to help employees retain, because when they will feel that we are being heard and the management is looking for a solution for the problem that we are facing, certainly employees will trust the organization, because this bond of employee and employer is actually of trust. If they trust each other, certainly they will stay, they will be retained.
Absolutely. No, completely agree with that, and very insightful answers. Hamid, so now let's discuss the importance of scaling and measuring the happiness of your workforce. How important do you think it is to map the happiness of your workforce?
If I'm not happy in my organization, I won't work there, because it is my second home, to be honest. I'm spending 8 to 10 hours a day in that place. And if I'm not happy, I might not work there for long. So it is very important for employer to make their employees happy. And to make them happy, employees wellness programs is one of the best things that we have discovered. So if the employees are engaged with other activities and they are doing team activities, and also see, when you are at home, somebody is there to take care of you. When you are at your office, and if you have programs which are there that is taking care of your physical health, that is taking care of your mental health, certainly you will feel happy, because when you are physically and mentally fit, you feel happy. So employee wellness programs help organizations also retain, first of all, and because the employee is happy, employee is not going to go anywhere. I have seen people, if you see the big corporations, they have a gymnasium in their office building. They have a full, cafeteria in the office. So when you have all the luxury in the office, you have the support, you have the wellness, which is required. You have access to, gymnasiums, yoga classes, and at the same time, you are happy at the workplace. Everybody is having an happy environment. The place will flourish. And also you will see better growth in business, better growth in profits, because the employee also want to work in that environment. So they will work hard towards the goal of the organization. And happy employees drive growth, to be honest.
Absolutely, like a 1000%. I agree with that. But do you also feel, Hamid, that these embellishments, I would say, like, having like a pool table or like a sleeping pod or these things that you're talking about, is what mainly drives happiness, or is it also primarily and predominantly the leadership that is essential to an employee's true happiness at workplace?
See, it gives freedom to the employees that if you have certain pods and pools over there, you have a freedom that you can do that thing. But you also feel a sense of responsibility, and there is a sense of achievement. Like you set your own goals. You also teach the employees that you have certain goals. If you achieve this goal, then you take a break, you go to the pod or you go to the pool to play. So if there are rewards assigned to the goals which are achieved daily or monthly, so these incentives, see, benefits or increments or bonuses is one thing, but these kind of rewards, small rewards, you can say, a dopamine boost which is required, this small tasks that they do, they can be even incentivized with these kind of things in the office, because at the end, honestly, they don't get time at home to do all these things. But if they are given that opportunity to do and play in the office, and after achieving the certain goals, they will be happy, they will be productive, they will be dedicated towards the goals of the organization, because at the end they are also getting a reward for it.
Yeah, true. So, in today's digital age, companies have access to vast amounts of data. But how does a data-driven approach tackle the increasing war of talent, according to you?
War of talent. This word is such a buzzword that sometimes HR feels that war is something we should not talk about.
Yeah.
But the war of talent comes in when there are a lot of high paying employees which are outside, and also there is a higher requirement in organizations for those talent. And now these employees, these candidates have an upper hand in negotiation as well, because they have offers from two companies, because there is a higher need for that kind of talent. So this war is actually going to be for a long time. And this data approach, if we talk about, honestly, in the last few years, I've been working in HR for 7-8 years, and I have acquired a lot of data in these many years, and it helps me in getting the right candidates, because I'll make sure that I have at least 10 candidates for a certain position that I have screened. Because whenever the talent that is going out from the organization, I have at least 10 people, out of which at least one is ready to join within that notice period that the other person is leaving. So if we want to tackle this war of talent, always have the right candidates in the pipeline which you have already screened, and they are on hold, that whenever there is an opening, they can join immediately and you can give them a better offer. So to tackle this war of talent with the data that you have, you should always work, and all the openings should have certain shortlisted candidates which you can always approach when there is a requirement.
True, absolutely true. So I have my very interesting last question for you. Tell me, what are those smart ways to build goal congruence where organizational goals align with employees' individual goals?
See, it has to come from top to bottom. If you will take the individual goals and put it with the organization goals, so the organization goals will be, disturbed. So let's say that organizational goals are there, and the management takes that goals, what are the annuals, what are the timelines to achieve those goals, and then they come to the managers. Like, these are our organizational goals which are there. The managers will take it to the teams, and the teams will direct the employees that these are the goals that we have to achieve. That is how the organizational goals can be aligned with individual goals, individuals' employees' goals, and that's how the employees will work towards them. And it's very important, as I said in the beginning as well, that the onboarding system should be very robust. So the employee should know what are the organizational goals. They should feel part of the team, because individual is part of the team, and that team is that team manager
working
is
for a bigger purpose.
for working for a bigger purpose. So it has to come from top to bottom, and certainly it works really well when the management communicates with every employee, and there is a channel in the organization that feedback is taken from every level, from employer to employee and from employee to employer as well, to improve the productivity of employees, to build better growth in the business, and to build a better culture. So this is the approach that I feel should be there to build a better goal congruence with individual goals and organizational goals.
Absolutely agree. Awesome. And thank you so much, Hamid, for being a part of this incredible episode. Your expertise has truly elevated our understanding of talent retention. I'm very, very grateful for the time you've dedicated to sharing your expertise. We will be working on the video and packaging it, so be rest assured that you will receive the recorded version at the earliest as and when we are ready. And let's stay connected for future collaborations and continue to inspire each other together. And I believe that by sharing our knowledge and experiences, we can make a positive impact in the world of HR and talent management. And congratulations for all your achievements and everything that you've done so far in the HR space.
Thank you so much. It was really interesting to talk to you about HR, because I mostly talk in other spaces in education and very less in HR. So this is, I think, the second podcast that I have taken in HR space, I think.
It's our pleasure to have you.